Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're here to take a look at a modded Guitar Hero controller here. So you guys know I've had this Disney Karaoke slash Guitar Hero machine here in my Disney themed guest room. This is where I do a lot of karaoke. I've done a review on this machine before, and I do karaoke and Guitar Hero with Clone Hero and a bunch of other games as well. And I've had two guitars. I've had guitars that I got with this machine, and the guitar, that's really loud. The guitar for this machine here looks just like this. They look very similar to the face of it. This is the original one, and this is the new one that I just got modded. This is Eric from Big E Productions. I will leave a link down below so you guys can reach out to him if you guys want to get one of these for yourself. But this is a guitar that has been obviously modified, and I want to talk to you guys about it because one of the big things that there was one big thing in Clone Hero that kind of always drove me crazy that didn't work with those original guitars. Remember, these are all Wii guitars that came out and were using with Clone Hero and stuff, because those are the guitars a lot of people use, and they either use RAFnet adapters, which is what this one is on. As you can see here, there's like an adapter here that makes it USB instead of like the Wii, guitar format that is kind of sitting on the side of it. This one's been modified to just have a USB kind of coming out of it right here at the bottom. So it has a USB encoder already ready to go, but most people are using a RAFnet adapter, and then they plug in their Wii controllers, their Wii guitars into their PC, and that's how they're playing Clone Hero. But there are some major differences with this, but one really big feature that always drove me insane that those Wii guitars never worked with, and we're going to get into it and talk about all the things that this thing does if you get one of these, so let's go ahead and get into the video.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a brekkie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
Alright guys, so let's get a close-up of these guitars on what they actually do. Again, on the face, they look pretty similar here. As you guys are looking at here, this is the original one. It has like the colors over here as they usually do. This is the socket on where the Wii used to go. This is just like a plastic acrylic that's sitting here to kind of not be, an empty shell, but this is where your Wii remote used to be. But when I got these guitars, he put like a white plastic piece here. So, you couldn't see it, so at least it wasn't covered and it wasn't an empty shell. These are obviously, like I said, Wii guitars. There's this RAFnet adapter here. If I turn this around here, you can see right here what the model of that thing is that a lot of people use for their Wii guitars, and that's how you get it to, plug into USB like my front one's there. Now, what are the differences with the new one? Well, the first thing that you're going to notice very easily is the fact that there is actually LEDs now. He actually modded this front here, so instead of it just being a regular plastic here, you can have a little bit of bling to your guitar here, and this is now color coded, or sorry, LED changing and stuff like that. And it actually comes with one of these remotes, so you can change the color of it if you want to, as you're looking at here. So you got this here if you want to be able to change the color of it. Right now it is kind of moving along like randomly to different colors, which is the way I like it, like the fading mentality as you guys are looking at here. And it's fading to different colors, and that's the way I like it because it shows off all the colors. I don't need it to be a static color. Same way I have like these two front ones here that are also kind of moving around. The other thing is, of course, like I talked about in the intro there, that this has a USB coming out of it, so it already has a USB plug coming out of it, and then it just plugs in via USB. So no RAFnet adapter required with this mod, so it saves a little bit of money if you need to get one of those because it's already USB and ready to go. The next thing that this thing has is that these buttons have been replaced, as you can see here, to the standard ones to be LED. So they're actually lit up. So when you hit them, you'll see green, red, orange, blue, or sorry, this is yellow, blue, and orange. Same thing as these. So you can see how these are color coded, but they're not lit up or anything. They're just green, the colors of the guitar like they're supposed to be. Adds a little bit of bling to make this colors, which is cool in and of itself. But what's important about this is that they're using micro switches on the back of this. So what happens is that they feel a lot better to hit. And of course, some of these Wii guitars, since we're buying them used and stuff like that, they could be beat up, and some of these buttons get like not pressed very well. Sometimes they have a little bit of issues because, they're getting older as time goes by. But since he replaced these all not only to be LED, but he has micro switches back there, it essentially feels like a brand new button because the shell was replaced to now be LED, and now they're also micro switches as well. So it just makes it for a much better experience, and it makes the buttons feel brand new, even though the guitar is, of course, still a Wii guitar in and of its nature. But it makes pressing those a lot more fluid, especially if you have older guitars that are starting to have issues and stuff. So that's really nice that those buttons all get replaced. In the same exact fashion, we also have the strum bar over here that a lot of people always have issues with. This is probably the first thing that breaks on a lot of people because it stops working with these guitars. And he did the same thing. There's actually a micro switch on this now, so this feels like a brand new button. So listen to how this sounds like here, how a regular one sounds like. Sounds like the regular one that we all know from the Wii. Nothing special. And then here, listen to this. So you can hear that micro switch that's going on in there. So no micro switch in that one. So this one, again, it just makes the button, obviously it feels like a micro switch, so it has a little bit of a different feeling, which is hard to describe in this video, but it does feel good. But I think what most important thing about it is that the button now works as new because it's using a new switch in there. You're not relying on, these things that break a lot more often and stuff like that and are heavily used. Now you have a brand new micro switch in there that's being used for this. But I'm saving the best for last. Now, when you play Clone Hero, for those of you guys who play Clone Hero, or you remember playing Rock Band and stuff for the original, one of the things that you get in the game is star power. As you can see in that picture there, when your star power is activated, and I'll show you guys on one of the songs in the gameplay, you guys will see that when you get in star power, one of the things that I always hated with Clone Hero is that with these Wii guitars, there was no way. On the Wii, you would basically be rocking out and using these guitars, and you would kind of turn it sideways so it knows that you want to activate star power. Of course, with the PC, there was no way for it to detect that motion that you were swinging the guitar around to activate your star power. So star power ended up being put on one of the buttons. And I always hated it being put on one of these buttons because I always forgot where it was, and it was hard to manipulate my hands over here from strumming and stuff. So I hated it, and I always ended up missing star power, or I had to look down at the guitar, which made me miss an upcoming note, especially when you're playing on the harder difficulties. And it's not the way that Guitar Hero and stuff was played back in the day. It was always about turning the guitar around. Well, guess what? On his modded guitar, which is exactly the reason why I got it, you can actually turn this and actually use the star power. If you listen closely, and I'm going to try to be silent, there's a little ball inside that kind of activates, and that's how it knows whether you're turning the guitar now. Let's see if we can hear it. You hear that little click? Like a ball's moving? That is the noise that it's making because that's how it knows your guitar is turned, and that's how it activates star power. So that is a big deal for me because I hated, again, using those buttons. I always ended up missing it or having to look down at it, and that's what made me not use it, and I always hated that part of it and always made me hate Clone Hero because of that reason. When it came to star power and not being on fire and stuff. So now we have a guitar that lets you do that, and it makes it feel more like the Rock Band and Guitar Hero experience, except now you have Clone Hero with thousands and thousands of songs that people make, still giving you that same experience that you used to get playing the Guitar Hero on the Wii or Rock Band and stuff like that, where you actually got to turn your guitar. That was the number one reason why I got this guitar. Of course, all the other features of it are nice. The LED buttons make it a little bit flashier. The little LED bar down there and stuff like that. Those are all great. The fact that they're micro switches, so they were replaced, so these buttons feel brand new, obviously is great for longevity because, these things have gotten beat up when you get these Wii guitars. And also the same with the strum bar now feels brand new because it has a new micro switch in there. Which is awesome. They're also plug and play with Clone Hero, so you don't have to map anything in Clone Hero or anything like that. You just plug them in via USB, and this was all ready to go and all paired. You have to do nothing with Clone Hero. Of course, if you're using other games like, Wii emulators or PlayStation 3 and stuff like I am, you'll have to go into those emulators and map these controls, but that's nothing unusual. But Clone Hero, it's ready to go. You don't have to do anything. The star power thing works natively right out of the box. You have to do absolutely nothing. And I'm having a blast playing Clone Hero, and it makes it a much more fun experience, at least for me. And, I'm having fun. But let's go ahead and just show you one song just to show you the gameplay that we're talking about here. But make sure, if you guys are interested in something like this, make sure you go ahead and, reach out to him with these guitars. You can either mod your existing guitar if you already have one for the Wii, and you can send it to him, or he can send you a brand new guitar. I went with a brand new one. I have a backup actually now sitting on the bed. This is the old one I was using there on player one. So I'm going to leave that as a backup just in case. My second one goes out until I eventually get the second one and maybe have him do the second one as well. But for now, I just did one because, the important person is me playing on the nice guitar. But I'll probably do a second one eventually, but it is really, really cool. And let me show you guys, some gameplay of the actual song here. All right, so let's go ahead and scroll to Clone Hero on here. Let's go ahead and launch that. Let's go ahead and grab our guitar here, and I'll try to showcase parts of the song with you guys kind of facing this way, even though I'm at an angle here, and kind of playing an angle for you guys so you can kind of see things working and stuff, and activating star power and all that kind of thing. So you can go ahead and press start like you usually would on here. Do some quick play. Obviously, we're going to do a Disney song. And let's go ahead and pick a song here. Let's do a Brand New Day by Camp Rock 2. That's a good one. We'll do medium for now, because I'm not going to be able to keep an eye on the screen while also watching you guys at the same time, so it's going to be hard enough to keep this camera in focus. You can hear the micro switches as I hit them. They feel really good. Deja vu. You're gonna hear me sing a little bit. It's impossible when you're listening to Disney songs to not sing. It's also hard to play this while I'm not staring at the screen right. Say before. So the buttons feel great. You can see them lighting up as we're playing. We're about to get star power here soon. Feeling good. Star power is coming up. Here we go. There we go, as you guys saw. Awesome. Don't have to press a button or anything, it just detects the motion. Makes playing the game feel so much more natural. Buttons all feel really accurate, better than they ever have before with these micro switches. It's a brand new day. Camp Rock, man. It's a brand new day. You guys can see it works really well. There we go. Awesome stuff. As you guys can see, the guitar works fantastic. The buttons feel great. The strumming feels great, as you would expect. It feels like a brand new guitar because all the buttons were replaced that you're using all the time between the strum bar and all these buttons here. Cool that they light up and everything, just to add some flair while you're playing, even though you can't see them lighting up as you're playing it. But still, it's cool when you pick up the guitar and this being lit up and stuff instead of the boring, plasticky stuff. And yeah, it's that strum is I mean, that being able to do this and get your star power that way is the biggest deal for me, though. That's exactly why I got it, and I think it adds to the game to make it feel more like, the way it always should have been. Then you also don't need the Rathnet adapters too, like I talked about, so it saves you some money on that. You could just plug this in via USB, so if you don't have the adapters already, you'll be ahead of the game with that. a lot more easier to just plug that in. And if you guys are interested and you guys just saw me play that Disney song, I actually have talked about this in other videos. I actually commissioned a bunch of people to make these Disney songs, and if you guys want these Disney songs either for karaoke or for guitar Clone Hero like you guys see here, you can just send me an email, and I charge $20 to get access to all of the songs, and then you have access to all the Clone Hero songs for Disney and for karaoke. And that's only, you're only paying for one song. And like I said, I paid for a lot of songs to get done on karaoke and Clone Hero through paying different commissioners out there who do them for me. So it's just a little bit of way to support me to get those songs being made, and then I send you the whole entire share that has all the Disney songs for both those games. So if that's something you guys are interested in, reach out to me and I can get that over to you. But that's it. That's what I wanted to show you guys today with this guitar. What a great upgrade to my other guitar. Makes playing this game so much more fun, and has a little bit of bling and makes the buttons feel that much better. So again, if you guys want to reach out to Big E Productions, the link will be down below. Thank you for getting this guitar to me, and he shipped this thing to me, and I got it literally, he shipped it on Saturday. Granted, we're on the same coast, so it helps, but he literally shipped this the day after I ordered it, and I literally had it, he shipped it Saturday, I had it Monday. It was crazy. Fastest shipping I've ever seen. Yeah, fantastic. And like I said, thank you guys for watching. As always, till next time.